Yo, what is up, people? Welcome to episode 49. Yo, guys, when it gets to episode 69, I'm gonna say the square root of 8 something, right? But yeah, I'm your boy Thamziri. Welcome to another episode of Extra Skip Podcast. We give you guys the weekly patch notes, tell you guys what's been going on in the week. Joined with me is young Maxwell. What's good, homie?
Yo, here as always.
Damn straight. And with us, we also have King Kojo. What's good, King?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm breezy, man. I'm breezy. And yeah, before we get into giving you guys some lovely tidbits, please don't forget to like and subscribe and share this to your friends and fam. Because, you know, I don't like green eggs and ham. Sam, I am. And yeah, before we get into the juiciness, does anyone have any updates at all?
Yeah, no, I've got a bit of admin.
Give it to me.
So, Kojo's not going to like me mentioning this, but it's a milestone. Kojo's video on the, what the hell is that game? Prince of Persia demo is our highest viewed video. It is our first triple digit video even.
Yay, oh my god, yay. Thank you guys for the support.
Yeah, for those who listening who haven't checked it out, they should go over there to check it out. Hell, you can even put the title card to slide in and put a link to the video.
Hell yeah, that'll be dope. Nah, big ups, Coach Jeezy.
Thanks. I try.
That's about it on the admin side. Of course, we've got the Asian Cup and the African Cup of Nations going on, but that's more football related.
The team, go team! Go
Okay,
squad.
yeah, shit. For those of you who like sports, yeah. Do it.
You just sounded like somebody who doesn't watch sports.
Which I don't, I'm not even gonna lie. Oh, shit.
Yeah, I can see that because usually the dead giveaway of somebody who doesn't watch sports is generalizing them to sports.
Facts. By the way, bro, Kojo, any admin from your side?
Nah, no admin for me.
Okay, yeah, no, I don't have either. Except to say that you guys are gonna get a very nice video end of this month. Fucking another Am I Still Good At video. This one's a nice one. It's a doozy. But anyways, cool. Let's get right into it. Starting up with the gaming news. Max, what's been going on, bro?
All right, so not much to report about this week. I feel like this week interesting things have happened with games in particular and content creator news. But in game specific news, we had a bit of layoffs again, but that's by the by. We had the state of play, which happened this week, and we had a lot of games come up on that event. Things which will be coming out this year, things which will be coming out next year. For me, there was some exciting stuff, there was some boring stuff. Mentioned I mainly started falling asleep when we got into the VR segment, and I definitely started falling asleep when we got onto the Death Stranding segment. Some people are going to hate me for that, but oh my goodness, that stuff was just boring. Personally, I was not happy that they gave off like roughly 15 minutes just to Death Stranding. The Kojima dick sucking is real out in the gaming industry. But the games I'm excited for are, I suppose, Judas, Stellar Blade, slightly Rise of a Ronin, and those are the ones I can think of off the top of my head. Otherwise, the only other thing I want to mention from, if there's anything game specific, you guys can bring it up from the state of play. Otherwise, if Kojo has anything he wants to say about it, we can talk about it in the gaming section. Then the other thing I want to mention is how Power World has now, I believe, what was it? Was it 14 million copies sold or was it 19 million copies sold? But it's like a ridiculous number where it's double the number of what it was last week. I believe it is 19 million copies sold. And an interesting fact about Power World is last week I mentioned how Nintendo released a statement talking about how they'll look into it and things like that. And since then, I've seen a few people talk about the situation where there was one particular Twitch streamer, I believe he is, I forgot what his name is, But he was talking about how he doesn't believe anything is going to come out of it. And Kojo also echoed a similar sentiment. And his reasoning of why nothing was going to come out of it, it was like, first of all, Japan does not have a fair use policy in the country, and the creators of Power World are also based in Japan, so Nintendo can't go after them. Usually when Nintendo goes after other companies, they're using international regulations and laws. Then the second fact is how whenever something comes up which is related to Nintendo, they don't wait a single second to have their Nintendo lawyers dive into a situation. So Power World was open source or open beta or something along those lines for like roughly 3 months or something like that. And there wasn't a peep from Nintendo, which is uncommon for them. So if it was really anything for Nintendo to attack on, they would have already done it. They wouldn't have waited this long. So the likelihood of Nintendo doing anything to Power World moving forward before people calling it a Pokemon copy and all of that is highly, highly unlikely. So that's basically the small things which I thought were interesting enough in terms of gaming news that happened this week. Otherwise, I put the platform to you guys.
Yeah, Judas is dope. I'm keen for that. I'm keen for that. So the last stuff you said, I'll get back to you on that. Kojo?
Yeah. Okay. So I have a few new stuff, but just to get the whole state of play things out of the way, the games that interested me were Judas. It's good to see more of that game. Stellar Blade, interesting to see what comes out of that. Foam Stars, obviously. Sonic X Shadow Generations, I'm interested to see more of that. And that should have... Pardon?
Game of the year.
We'll see.
Okay, buddy.
And, oh yes, and Rise of the Ronin. And those are my picks for the showcase. And Death Stranding 2, yeah, we'll see. I'm yet to play the first one, so I'm not going to lie. Like, the graphics, the visuals look incredible.
Okay.
So, but yeah, so on to news. Maxwell mentioned that there were more layoffs, and I'm going to talk about a few of them. First up is Embracer Group. Everybody remember Embracer Group?
Yes.
They acquired a whole bunch of studios and projects last year or the year before, 2022, something like that. And then they just lost a lot of money due to a failure with a deal with the Saudi group, which was worth a lot of money. And they just basically lost all their money. And it was worth $2 billion, yes. And
they never recovered.
They never recovered, and they've just been shedding. Like last year, they laid off over 900 people over a group of their studios. Volition closed. Free Radical, who were making Time Splitters, closed, or who made Time Splitters, closed. It was just a bad show, and they've done it again this year. They are laying off 97 employees from Eidos Montreal. And Eidos Montreal, for the people who don't know, they made Deus Ex Human Revolution in 2011, which I played, which I really enjoyed. And then the sequel in 2016, Deus Ex Mankind Divided. They did Shadow of the Tomb Raider in 2018. And then they did the highly acclaimed but didn't sell well, Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy in 2021. So like I said, they're laying off 97 employees. And the kicker is that not only are they laying off 97 people, but there was a game in development, a new Deus Ex game, which has been since cancelled. And everybody has been upset about that news, including me. And the voice actor for Adam Jensen, who is the protagonist for Deus Ex Human Revolution and Mankind Divided, he came out and he said that this wasn't surprising to him. He pretty much said in a tweet, he was like, "I told you guys it wasn't happening," quote unquote. And he was like, I quote, "I gotta be honest, I gave up on it a long time ago," end quote. And he was pretty much like, they never called him for the project, and which led him to believe that, okay, they weren't focusing on Adam Jensen's going to be a new cast of characters. But yeah, it's a shame. Everybody's looking forward to new Deus Ex game, and people are really upset with Embracer Group. People on Twitter were just like some of the people, I think Jake Baldino was like, he wants to shove Embracer Group in a locker like it's like high school. And Young Gear was just like, what is going on? Like, people are just not happy with this, and including me. Embracer just doesn't know what they're doing. And it's a shame because they have such IPs under them like Tomb Raider, which is still in development. But anyway, Eidos said that they're working on a brand new IP, so we'll see how that goes. Next up, more layoffs. You remember Maxwell spoke about the 1,900 people who were laid off, Activision Blizzard, across Microsoft's gaming division?
Yeah.
Well, that has affected it only came to light now recently how badly it affected the esports division. So a lot of layoffs have happened under Activision Blizzard's esports division, which encompasses the Overwatch League and the CDL, which is the Call of Duty League. And it's apparently focused on the Overwatch League. A lot of people have been laid off to the point where apparently there are only 12 people working on Overwatch esports. And it's really bad because some of the faces of Overwatch esports have been just let go, like so her last name is so hard to pronounce. Zoe Schrind, I believe is pronounced. She was like the main cast of Overwatch esports, Overwatch League, and an Overwatch World Cup. They even brought her out in BlizzCon to announce and talk more about the Overwatch World Cup that was taking place that weekend. They even made her announce the new iteration of the Overwatch esports. She was in the announcement video interviewing the two people who were spearheading that new Overwatch esports, and then they let her go.
It was what?
Zoe Schrind. Zoe
Death Stranding.
Funny. Jesus Christ. But yeah, and a bunch of other people were let go. It sucks, guys. And I was reading an article, side note, about just before we started recording. It was an inside article on Ubisoft, what's going on with them, and people are afraid that there's going to be massive layoffs at Ubisoft. So people at Ubisoft are walking on eggshells, waiting to get that email or waiting to see on the news that a lot of people are being laid off. So people at Ubisoft are scared. Like, everybody is scared in the gaming industry.
Bro, I'm amazed, first of all, that like people are even surprised that Ubisoft is going to have layoffs. It's Ubisoft, dog. They laid off our games, bro. But anyways.
Facts. But yeah, that's pretty much it for my news. It was Activision Blizzard and Eidos Embracer. Yep, that's it for my news.
Oh wait, thanks, man. Thanks. For me, I got a quick one. So with all the layoffs and everything, and a lot of people struggling to put out more gaming content, DLCs, the likes, and have all that shit developed, Warframe is embarrassing all of its live service competition as the player counts begin to soar even. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Warframe has been around for long, man. And the fact that to this day it is still free to play, bruh, like, it's just insane just how many players actually play this game. And every single time there's a new DLC, bro, to this day, dog. And like the stories, the campaigns that they keep coming out, the flipping music that they even release, character designs and all that shit, bro, is still top tier. Like,
we all live together.
My nigga, yay. Now we all live together is lit. And don't even get me started about like the yams and some of the Warframes. But anyways, but yeah, no, it's interesting to see. And honestly, if you haven't checked out Warframe, dude, do yourself a favor, get into that shit. It's got the best movement mechanic in any game, period, in history. Like, it is just so nice to move. You'll eventually work out the combo. I don't know what it is on PlayStation, but for PC, it's just shift, control, jump, shift, control, jump. You just keep doing that, dude. You're spitting like a bullet every single time through shit. Oh, it's so good. But yeah, that's gaming news. Oh wait, moving on to the gaming corner. Kojo, what's been released, bro?
All right, a handful of stuff, but I'm just gonna cut it on to the important ones because, yeah. So let's start off with a game that was announced at the State of Play and released after the State of Play by Konami, called Silent Hill: The Short Message. Apparently it's a really short game, like an hour and a half, 90 minutes.
It's so good. It's so good. Sorry.
No problem. And yeah, it was released on PlayStation 5. released on the 31st of January 2024 after the state of play. And Tommy gets his Metacritic score.
My nigga, I'd have to say 90.
Okay. Maxwell?
No, I'm scared.
I know it had mixed feedback, so I'm gonna go with 80.
80. So, Tommy's at a 90, Maxwell is at an 80. Maxwell is the closest, but you're still very far off. You're sitting at a 48.
You're lying, bro.
I swear on my life. GameSpot gave it a 3. People were not happy with this game.
Bro, I watched it and it looked pretty dope. Like,
I actually want to watch a playthrough myself.
I could play it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm assuming people review bombed it.
I wouldn't be surprised. And people were saying, look, especially because GameSpot gave it a 3 out of 10. And people were like, that's very disingenuous from GameSpot because the game is not Kong level. It's not, what's the name of that game? Golem level. It's not Walking Dead, Destiny's level. So, yes, people are like, yeah, it's not the greatest game ever. But for them to give it a 3 out of 10 is just wrong. And I haven't played the game, I haven't read the game, watched the game, but I agree that giving it a 3 out of 10 and putting it on that same level as those other games, that's just disingenuous. But yeah, I saw the score and I was surprised as well. Next up, we have Grand Blue Fantasy Relink, released on PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, and PC, released on the 1st of February 2024. Currently sitting at an 80 on Metacritic. Next up, we have a game that Maxwell is looking forward to called Jujutsu Kaisen Cursed Clash.
Hey.
You're not funny.
I'm hilarious. Released on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC. Released on February 2nd, 2024. Next up, we have Persona 3 Reload. Released on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC. Released on February 2nd, 2024. This is the remake of Persona 3. Tommy gets his Metacritic score.
If it's Persona, I'm going to give it an 84.
84. Okay, Maxwell.
Whew. Yeah, it being Persona, damn. I know, I'm pretty certain it's in the 80s, but it's a question of high 80s or low 80s. So I'm going to go with 86.
86. Okay, Maxwell is the closest, is sitting at an 89.
Nice.
Then we have a game called Vampire the Masquerade Justice, released on PC on February 2nd, 2024. And finally, we have a big one that was supposed to be released last year. I think it was supposed to be released in 2021. Then it was delayed to 2022. Then it was delayed to 2023. And then they pushed it to this year. And it is a game called Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. It's a game that has been mired in controversy. I wasn't going to play this game anytime soon, so I just watched the playthrough. And I will say that some of the decisions they made baffle me, especially with the story. Some of the things they did, people are complaining about how they handled certain characters, and I tend to agree with the way that they did certain things that was just distasteful. But hey, it's not canon in the grand comic book universe, so whatever. But anyway, Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, released on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, and PC, released on February 2nd, 2024. Tommy, guess his Metacritic score.
I'm going to say 72.
72? Okay, Maxwell?
See, you need to start letting me say some stuff first, because this is BS. Tommy is always getting the good ones, and then I am screwed over because there's no way this game was rated well. It's either in the high 60s or it's in the 70s somewhere.
Man, you read the news. I don't.
Tommy picking 72 is a nice number to pick.
You just think alike, man.
The reason why I asked Tommy first is because there were many instances where I asked you and you knew exactly what the score was because you checked the scores sometimes. So it's not. I know Tommy doesn't check the scores. So
those were major games, and I don't check scores. I just stumble upon them.
Exactly, and Tommy doesn't stumble upon them ever. So,
it's more like at this point, it's more like I choose not to. Goddamn.
Exactly. So
Like,
I have to ask
when
them
was
first.
when was the last time I knew a score? Like, it's been months since I last knew the precise score to something.
Nigga,
But
the
anyways,
previous episode, you got like
I'm-
one digit away.
I am going to go and say, given the mixed reception, I'm going to say 68.
68. So Tommy, you said 72?
Yeah.
And Maxwell says 68. Okay. You see, Maxwell, you were the closest.
Yeah, suck a dick, Max.
congratulations.
God.
It's currently sitting at a 63. And there were no review copies. Actually, I should have said that. There were no review copies sent out. So reviewers had to pre-order the game. There was a 3-day early access. So it was released on January 30th for 3-day early access. But they had to take the game down because upon booting up the game would already self-complete it, and then it would give you the achievements because you completed the game. And people are like, what the hell's happening?
We should have more of that.
What?
Where reviewers don't get early access to the games, they have to play the games with the rest of us.
Yeah, some people find it scummy. Some people find it like, oh, this is another Cyberpunk situation. Well, Cyberpunk, they handled it a little differently. But
No, from the developer side, I completely get it. They don't want negative reviews spoiling orders and purchase. However, from a player perspective, I like it when these reviewers aren't getting early access and then them doing their whole high and mighty thing. Them getting it at the same time as us levels the playing field.
I guess it does. So yeah, reviews are still going to be incoming because people are still finishing the game because, like I said, they had to pre-order the game themselves and buy the game themselves. So reviews are still incoming as of now, 63. And yeah, that is it for the releases of the week and the Gaming Corner.
God's plan. Away. Max, any game releases on your side, bro?
Not game releases, but those game-related news, which I am completely blanking on. It's probably my fault for not writing it down.
Nah, all good, bro. All good. Nothing from my side. Which brings us to the halfway point. And yeah, if you guys are liking the episode so far, please give it a like and subscribe and share with your peeps. All right, moving on to the content creator side. Mine is more like a blitz, but I'm gonna run it so I can keep sipping this wine. Okay, so Caitlin Saragusa, aka the Queen of Twitch, aka the daddy your girl dreams about, aka what? The girl your daddy dreams about. Jesus Christ, what? Aka Big Titty Hose, aka Amouranth, was banned for the 8th time on January 27th of 2024. And yeah, she was basically, it all started out when she put out a tweet or an X on X. This is so stupid. She put out a series of
calling it a tweet.
Okay, fine. She tweeted a series of photos with the caption that said, like this or you're banned. And then jiggy, all of a sudden she had a nip slip and she was banned. And then all she could say from that was, yo, man, that slip was crazy. My bad. And just so you know, which I mean is it's just another marketing tactic so many people believe, just to get herself some more views and shit. Now that the whole 60-40 split, that's what people are speculating. But
personally, I'm like, does she really need any more? Like, I have my doubts. It could be.
No one's ever complained about too much money, man. But yeah,
True.
within 24 hours, 3 minutes and 15 seconds, she was unbanned. So yeah, that's all I have on content creator news.
No, you predicted that.
Nah, facts. I told you. She knows things, bro. She's got connections. But anyways, yeah.
You don't become the queen by accident.
Exactly, dog. Exactly. And yeah, that's all me. Ojo, any from you, bro?
Yes, so we have the big one that happened this past week. But speaking of queens of Twitch, we have one who some people say is the former queen. Some people say, oh, she still is, but I guess she can no longer be called the queen of Twitch because she is no longer on Twitch. I am, of course, talking about Iman Anis, or Tammy's favorite streamer, Poki.
Yuck.
So her contract is her contract is over. And she is not re-signing because Twitch is moving away from big streamer contract signings. They said they're gonna stop doing that.
Oh
So
no. Anyway,
Oh,
Tom,
no.
what are your plans for the weekend?
Look at some clouds and shit.
Oh my god, y'all are hilarious. But yeah, so she tweeted or she zeeted, whatever the hell. She tweeted, and I quote, "The end of an era. Twitch has been my home for a decade, but it's time to say thank you for all the memories and love during my League, Fortnite, and Amuga's days." End quote. And she tweeted a picture of her so when you go onto the App Store and you click on Twitch.
Hey, goodbye.
Are you done?
Yes.
This guy. Anyway, yeah, so when you go on the App Store and you click on Twitch, it shows a picture of Poki because she was the face of Twitch for the longest time. So she tweeted that pic as well to show that, hey, I've made my mark here. I've done everything I could. It's been a good ride, but it's time to move on. And now she's doing so. She's not gonna. I think she said on the podcast that she's not signing to any. She's not doing any exclusivity signings, would be it YouTube or Kick or whatever. But she did do her first stream on YouTube with Ludwig and a bunch of other people on the 1st of February. I didn't catch that stream because I think the time zone timing was just off. I think I was asleep at that time.
No. Be honest. You didn't catch that stream because you had better things to do, like sleep.
And
no,
life.
the thing is, I actually wanted to just watch a little bit because it was like YouTube versus Twitch gaming sort of thing. So they have YouTubers
But
versus Twitch
unfortunately,
streamers.
you couldn't do that because you had better things to do, like sleep.
Amen. Either way. So yeah, so that's pretty much it. A lot of people have, well, not a lot of people, but some people have come out and said she's doing the right thing by not signing exclusivity like Asmongold. Asmongold was like, if he was in the same shoes, he'd be doing the same thing. Whereas like, I'm not signing an exclusivity deal with YouTube or Kick or whatever again. I'm just going to do, just roam about, be a free bird. And Ludwig put out a video about this Pokemon situation, but he touched upon the Pokemon situation, but he spoke broader about the state of streaming and exclusivity and non-exclusivity deals and stuff. And he gave examples of streamers who are no longer tied to contracts and are streaming on other platforms and they're killing it. Like Moist Critical is the biggest example where he will stream on, so he's multi-streaming now. So on Twitch, you get like 6K viewers, concurrent viewers, but on YouTube, you get like 14K, 15, 16K. And Ludwig also pointed out a bunch of other people. But Asmongold made the point, and he was a very good point. He was like, look.
Wait, what?
Yes.
You are telling me not streaming exclusively on one platform is not as good as streaming on multiple platforms?
Yes.
Shut up.
Well, no, the thing about it is, it works for some people, but it doesn't for others. Because there are other people who do stream on multiple platforms, and it doesn't really do well for them.
Sure don't work for me.
But, man, you can still do it. I believe in you.
Man.
But, yeah. So, that's pretty much it for the Pokemon situation. She's a free bird. She is accomplished a lot, and yeah, we'll just have to see where her future goes. And I think a bunch of other people pointed out, Asmon himself was like, look, Pokimane says she wanted to do, she wasn't even streaming on Twitch a lot in the past year or so because she wanted to do more on other platforms like TikTok. She's big on TikTok, and she wanted to just do other things outside of streaming. So this move makes sense for her to, explore other avenues of content creation. And yes, sir, that is it for my content creator news.
All right, Boris, thanks, bro. Max, any content creator news for you, bro?
Nada.
What? Yeah, nah. With the Pokemon situation, good luck to her. She can go sell her cookies and whatnot. But moving on to esports, I don't have much except for Reckless, who was once Fnatic's most honored and praised ADC, had recently joined SKT T1, which is the world champion defending the defending world champions of League of Legends World Championships. And yeah, he's in their academy, and they recently just proved themselves in the start of the LCK spring season. So good to him. Let's hope to see him in Worlds at the end of this year, but we'll see. All right, Kojo, any esports from you, bro?
Nah, none from me. Maxwell?
No, but then I just forgot to mention. Actually, no, it's good. I'll mention it in the news blitz.
I bet. I mean, is there anything to discuss then?
There was something I wanted to discuss. Oh my gosh. I'm off my game this week.
Okay, it's 49, man.
I have no idea what that means.
I don't know either. Anyways, yeah, I don't have anything either. Kojo?
Nothing from me.
I bet.
This time.
I will say this though, Lethal Company, as many videos as I've seen of that game, I still don't know if it justifies me paying 150 Rand. I don't know how many in dollars that is, I guess. I don't know. But like, I don't know, hey? Like that game, it looks fun now and then, but it's just like, it looks like you can easily just cheese this game. But anyways, for those of you who have played it, hit us up in the comments. Like, is it worth it at this point? Especially now that people are playing Pal World. Have you guys felt as though the player base has dropped? Personally, I've noticed that the queue times in Escape from Tarkov have really increased, even though they just released a new map. Sorry, really decreased. So like, it's very tough to find a game. But yeah, been playing Ready or Not, so it's a dope ass game. Ooh, I should make a video on that. All right, moving on to the news blitz. Max, take it away, bro.
Short news blitz because we have a barely functioning week. But first of all, I should have mentioned this earlier that there will be a Final Fantasy VII Rebirth dedicated state of play on February 6th for those interested in FF7. And then next, although we were told otherwise, I never believed it, but Jim Carrey is returning for Sonic the Hedgehog 3.
Hey.
He talked about retiring from there or not being available for another sequel, because in his movie, what is that word called when you have like a whole list of your works? But in his movie works,
catalog,
he doesn't typically
filmography.
Cinematography?
Yes. Filmography is the correct word. I was actually thinking of another word, but filmography doesn't. So he typically doesn't do sequels. It's rare for him to do sequels. So people are not expecting him to do a Sonic 3, but what the heck is Sonic without Eggman? I mean, it's like having a Sonic movie without Sonic. That doesn't work. So I always felt he was going to be there. And yeah, that's it for the news blitz. You guys have any quick snippets you want to share?
God damn. I don't. Kojo?
Nope, I don't either.
Okay, well, shit. And you know what that means? That brings us to the end of episode 49. And guys, thank you so much for the lovely info and the lovely news. Thank you so much for the lovely episode. And to the listeners, thank you guys for listening. And if you've made it this far, please be sure to smash that like and subscribe button. And yeah, we love you guys. I say that as I'm literally lifting my wine glass. But anyways, have a lovely one. Check you guys next week. Stay good, stay healthy, and keep gaming. Peace out.